My little sister's boyfriend's mom just ruined all our lives. I, 22 female, am awake typing this because I can't sleep no matter how long I lay here. This is the most ridiculous and horrific experience I have, and hopefully will, ever had. My sister, 17 female, started dating her boyfriend, 16 male, in June of 2022. He's a junior and he's a senior, and me and my sister are very close, but she never mentioned anything about him to me at first because she was embarrassed that he was younger. I had a bad feeling about this from the beginning, especially because of my sister graduating soon, but I brushed it off. We're a traditional Pakistani Muslim family, kids born here but my parents immigrated. Dating for us girls is absolute taboo, and I always thought if one of us were caught it would end up with us moving to Pakistan. Her boyfriend is a nice kid and I liked him. My sister would be pretty risky about seeing him and I always had a feeling she'd get caught. Never like this though. His parents found out first. They're Indian, not strict on dating like my parents, and his mom actually was supportive at first. She met my sister and liked her. Somewhere though the mom's brain switched and she started hating my sister. I think she was definitely jealous of her in some weird twisted way. She started telling him to break up with her and finally pushed him to do it. Obviously they didn't and just faked the breakup. His mom caught him a few times and would get mad at him every time until she finally took his phone away. My sister then gave him her old phone to still talk to him, and his mom found that quickly, and really had it out for my sister. His mom threatened to contact our parents, but despite all of this they still kept talking and even got caught in my car at one point after this. I invited him to my birthday dinner, where I wore a mini dress. I have my mom blocked on Instagram, so I thought I was safe posting pictures from the dinner. Fast forward and then the boyfriend gets really sick, coughing, sneezing, pooping, and peeing blood, to which a stupid ER doctor told him he was gonna pass away. 70% chance. Since then it's been downhill. My sister was worried sick for weeks thinking he was gonna pass away, and his parents kept neglecting him and refused to allow him admission into the hospital. I was ready to call the Department of Children and Families at this point, but I held out. Then soon after his parents found out he was still talking to my sister and whacked him with a rod of metal. He then ran away from home and stayed with a friend's house for a few days. During this time he would spend hours talking to my sister and convincing her with evidence that he would be unalive when he went back home. We were like, okay, let's call the cops then. He refused to get anyone involved and just accepted his fate essentially. The decline my sister took during these days was so insane and I was really worried her health and about this kid actually passing away. So I sent an email detailing the abuse to the school. I felt responsible as an adult knowing that this kid was beat up and sick and certain his parents would unalive him. I felt I had to do something. The parents of the friend that he was staying at had already contacted the school, which got the police involved, but nobody detailed the abuse, including the parents and him. I was hoping this could get them arrested for neglect and abuse, but the boyfriend denied everything and got upset with me. The police visited his house and questioned his parents, and I think somewhere in this situation my name may have been mentioned. This will definitely teach me to not meddle again, or if I do at least do it anonymously. Fast forward, he goes home and isn't unalived. Wow, and they actually had a real breakup conversation this past weekend. He shows his mom and everything seems to be okay. I guess she wanted the last laugh because she found our home address and pulled up and told my mom everything. My mom hasn't talked to us about what she said yet, but I've never seen her so upset. She thinks that my sister and her boyfriend made love, and I have a huge feeling she showed her pictures from my Instagram because she took his phone multiple times and he follows me on Instagram. My mom also said I wasn't out of the woods either, so she definitely saw something. Probably that mini dress picture from my B-day or something. His mom even went as far as insulting my mom to her face because she thought she was incompetent for letting us wild out like this. This all feels surreal. I never thought anything like this would ever happen. If anyone has advice for me, that would be great. She said she's probably gonna tell my dad everything, which is the last nail in the coffin because if he finds out it's really over, we will definitely move back to Pakistan. This is just such a horrible situation, and I really hope if I sleep this nightmare will be over.